Good afternoon.
How you doing?
This is one, I had not been into this area here off the third floor as far as a area for residents to sit and relax. This is very, very nice.
This is just an example of the way things have been done here, and it's really going to make a difference.
I love that photo back there. That's cool.
Hey, I wanted to ask your opinion and talk a little bit about this. We've done some videos in the past.
Yeah.
And we've talked about a lot of different things, and some of the stuff people have heard over and over again. But I just like to think we ought to just kind of recap some of the things that have happened here at the Ark that affects everybody that people may have already heard about, or maybe they haven't heard.
Or maybe a lot of stuff that's behind the scenes.
Yeah, maybe they haven't heard about it.
Yeah.
So you want us to just run through some?
Sure, let's do that. Let's let people know what's happening around here, or what has happened.
What has happened around here?
Yeah.
One of the first things that that people need to remember is we've got a real comprehensive strategic plan process that's underway right now that's going to not only carry through what we're doing now, but carry us into the future here for the Ark and where we're doing. And there's a lot of work's been done on that. I know you've been part of it. I've been part of it. But it just, people need to understand it's ongoing, and a lot of them are going to be involved in it too.
Right.
It's already starting.
Yeah,
so,
it's not just management making decisions; it's residents making decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
Being involved.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
Exactly. But along with that, the fundraising is still ongoing for some of this. A lot of the stuff in the future, I understand, is going to be pushed toward healthcare.
Yeah, that's what Anna Sweden was telling me that this morning.
Yeah. I don't know that I understand how all that's going to go on, but one of the big things that people need to understand too here is there's a real big effort undergoing here to try to make sure that space utilization is done. We've just never done that very well here.
Right.
But I understand that there's a bunch of folks involved in taking everything that's available on the campus and trying to figure out how to best utilize that space. You've heard them talk about that.
Sure.
So anyway, but even though some of the stuff that has taken on here is primarily focused here on the legacy side of the campus,
right?
And I've heard a lot of people talk about, well, we're not really involved in that. It's just over there. Those folks over in the high rise. Well, that's true.
Not true. Yeah, that is not a truism there.
That's not totally true.
No,
although being somebody who lives in the high rise,
it's affected y'all more than anybody else.
Yeah, probably has. But it's affected us from the negative side of it, as far as the noise and the construction and the dust and all that kind of stuff. But the real secret is, though, that whatever we're doing over here in the long run is going to benefit everybody.
Absolutely.
Everybody.
Absolutely.
So what's some of the things that come to mind for you that we've accomplished already?
Well, there's been a lot of stuff, and these changes have been going on for the last couple of years. But like new plumbing for sewer under the building, I remember when they were digging under the building, and I mean, for months they were going there and fixing all the plumbing there. We had a new fire suppression system with sprinklers.
Yep.
A new fire monitoring system I understand is doing a great job.
It's much better.
I think you guys,
much better.
When stuff was going off, you couldn't understand what they were saying verbiage-wise coming over the mic, and it's great.
It's designed now to help focus on where the emergency is.
Yeah.
Not only helps us,
not just evacuate the whole building.
No, it helps the fire department, helps security, helps everybody. So that works out.
And I think they've also upgraded. The Ark has upgraded plumbing for hot and cold water. That's been
It's I know we're still having a little bit of that from time to time. That's still left over from some of the construction. And did you see them put those big new backup generators in?
No, I did not. I saw pictures, but I was not here when they did it.
Listen, we got of course now we got the whole healthcare centers covered with backup power. So if we lose power out here for any reason, they'll never know it, because it just automatically takes care of all of that. We got a lot of it that covers some more of it over here in the high rise and all that, especially in the kitchen. So, if we have a downtime again, we're not going to be cooking off a Bunsen burners like we did last time.
Oh, that was rough. That was rough.
Yeah, they're replacing a lot of those roofs over there that are giving the most amount of trouble over there. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're constantly and there's still problems, and they're getting these roofs fixed, and as you say, replaced, sometimes just touched up.
Yeah, yeah.
Really doing a great job.
How are you guys doing with air conditioning and stuff like that out there?
From what I understand, they've replaced in the last couple of years about 60 different air conditioning units throughout the community, not just
Yeah,
strictly
wow.
Legacy,
Yeah, wow.
but mostly there because they're older units in some
Uh-huh.
cases. But I've got to tell you, I had one replaced year and a half ago. They came out, I called and they got somebody out here right away and put in a new unit, and it was seamless.
60. That's a bunch of them. Boy, that's
That's a bunch.
you know that.
But we've got to maintain this community.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder what else they're doing out there.
I think foundations that they've replaced or fixed less than greater than about 20 different foundations, sidewalks, drainage, and so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
because I know a lot of that's been some real problems over there, over time. And that's just a handful of things that we've done that really, when you get down to it, we're not part of the campus renovation.
Correct.
That's stuff that's been done in addition to it. So I think that's the real plus on that thing.
Yeah.
So, but what on the campus redevelopment, I know people have heard. They probably heard most of this already. We've got in the high rise. It was the hallways, lounge areas have all been renovated. They've got the laundry rooms were all completely redone. We've now moved down to the main floor, and we've got the friendship room and the card room and the activities room, and all that stuff is just about ready to turn back to use.
If the residents have not come seen some of these new areas that have been finished, they're phenomenal. They've done a great job.
Yeah, they really have.
Tabitha and her crew have been coordinating all that, and it's great.
Yeah, it's not just over here. The Heroes Hall over to Lakeside.
Yeah.
We've renovated that too, if you remember.
Yes.
And that's a very attractive place.
That's a nice facility. That's going to be, and I thought that was a really cool name, Heroes Hall.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Of course, we're all anxious about the new dining room and.
We're getting a new dining room. Wow.
Yeah, I forgot you. You've been gone a day or two, haven't you?
I've slept.
But we're the dining room, the private dining room, the new kitchen, all that stuff. We're in the country market and all of that stuff. Everybody's anxious to see how that's going to work out. And boy, I'll tell you, the plans are moving ahead with that thing. That it's really going to be something. Along with our new auditorium, by the way.
Yeah.
And you've seen that.
I've seen the new auditorium area. What they're coming with. It's going to have more seating. You can see better to the stage. Before you sit in the back of the room and you couldn't see, but now there's going to be TV monitors coming down so you can see what's going on.
I really think the residents who have not had the opportunity to see that are really going to be surprised when that thing is finished. Just how nice a facility it is. They started work up on the lobby too already. And
yes.
The lobby area is going to be all renovated. I got a chance to take a peek at what the new restrooms are going to be up there, and boy, that's going to be a real plus. For not only visitors but for staff and for people that live here. I mean, it's way overdue. But
because the restrooms were really, especially the women's restrooms were in bad. I mean, they were just standing in line there to get in.
Well, that's
tickets.
That's really coming along well. That's going to be nice. I'm really excited about the fact. I'm anxious to see how the Sky Lounge renovation is going to turn out.
Yeah.
Because boy, that's going to be something that's going to. I think we're really going to do. But everybody thinks that I don't think everybody thinks, but many people may think that the renovation is nothing but the high rise.
Right.
But that's not really true.
No, that's correct.
We had a bunch of the legacy cottages out here been worked on too. As a matter of fact, we've had almost 50, some in the 40s of those that have been renovated in some form. Some of them with a new floor plan, some of them just brought up. But we've sold a ton of them. I think we've sold 37, 38 of them. As a result of that have been occupied, and then we got more to come.
Right.
So that's coming on. But there's other stuff too. I'm sure. If I'm not mistaken, we've got new sound systems and and all sorts of things in
It's
our.
going to work better with people's hearing aids. I know I'm very hard of hearing, and it's going to work great. So I'll be able to hear what's going on the stage, or
Yeah. Well, I've been
at the,
meaning to talk to you about that.
huh?
I've been meaning to talk to you
My
about
hearing.
that.
Yes. So is my wife. She said for some reason I just only don't hear her.
Oh, you don't?
No, that's what she says. I
Do you
don't
think
believe
it
that.
has to do with the hearing aids?
I'm sure it does.
I'm
It's a
sure.
hearing aid problem.
I'm sure it does too. Well, I wonder. There's other things going on here too. Besides that, that's just a snapshot of some of the stuff that's going on with the campus development. But there's a lot of other stuff going on here too.
The Vial of Life, they've got 100% here. Debbie and her
That's great.
people have done a great job of making sure that if ambulance has to come, that the fire department, they know exactly what medicines people are taking, and they have copies of their cards and so on and so forth. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Resident Services.
And that goes along with that upgrade of all the residents' information, the legal documents,
Right.
and everything still going on. But boy,
Right.
we're farther ahead than we've been in years here.
And the cottages are not at 100%, but they're working on it.
They're working
So
on it.
that's
They're getting close. That's a program that's really been successful.
Have you been up to the gym lately?
I have. I was there this morning.
That's right.
By the way,
I did see you going
I
up
was
there
up there this morning, and
early too.
well, when you can't sleep, you do whatever you do. But it's that place is really a show place up there because we've got it looks like just a regular downtown fitness center.
Right.
You got TVs on the walls, we've got brand new machines everywhere, we've got Carrie's got programs that are being developed every day. She's got probably the largest population of the ARC now involved in those fitness programs than we've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's really a neat thing to go on there.
I want to put in a plug. The council donated a lot of money to get some new machines up there.
Did.
So
They did.
I'm glad we were able to get some of that money that we get from the traveling treasures and from the estate sales, etc., to be able to use it and give it back to the residents.
Well, and of course that's what it's for, and I think it's been used wisely.
Absolutely.
I think it really has been used wisely. Hey, how we coming on the Smith Fund? You know anything?
I don't have the latest numbers, but I know that we're pushing it. I heard that there was a street that put out a challenge. Somebody on the street put out a challenge.
I heard about that.
The residents told the people on the street, said, "Hey, I'll give $100 for everybody that matches that will match that $100, or they'll match that $100 up to 2 weeks out to a maximum of 1,000 or something like that." And I mean, they were able to get an additional $1,000 toward the Smith Fund. And guys, we need that money for the staff. This is very, very important. So keep donating to the Smith Fund.
Yeah. Well, this is RMD time for most of us at the end of the year, and boy, what better way to do it is to put it into something like that, because that's a good way to do that.
What's the latest on the liquor as far as opening up on Water's Edge?
Well, the TABC rules that we've talked about several times here, we're finally going to get that kicked off. We've got bartenders hired. We're starting to get things stocked up here. We're going to start it on the 18th of this month, 18th of July, at the Water's Edge only.
Okay.
And we're going to spin it up, get the do's and don'ts and all of that put together before we start expanding it. It'd be a little more awkward over here in the temporary situation anyway, but we're going to see how that goes. And but the plan now is 18 July. That's the day we're going to kick the thing off.
Good. I hear that the Friday night happy hour is now moved back over here.
Well, at least we're trying it over here now. Of course, they were pretty insistent about wanting to use a BYOB venue. And so they found them a venue over here that appears to be working, and they're giving it a shot, and we'll see how. Oh, hey, we had, I was talking to Suzanne this morning. That CNA program that they've got going over there to help train up CNAs to get them started. They've got eight students in that thing now, and that thing is going really, really well. That's gonna not only provide those folks a leg up, but may even give us a chance to hire some folks and higher positions than what we've had before.
Absolutely.
So that's good. The only other thing I wanted to mention was we've people have heard about this rental program, and there's been some on and off about that. But the rental program is really is affects only 10 units right now.
Right.
And
In
it's
the apartments in the high rise only.
only in the high rise. They've already been identified. They've got I think they've got 4 of them that are ready to move into now, and with some more. But there'll be a total of 10. A trial program. We're going to try to see if it works, see what happens, and we'll go from there. But we're probably not going to see anything come back on that pretty soon because we've just now started to advertise that.
But everybody needs to understand the eligibility requirement that we have now being military officers, honorably discharged, ES 14 above, etc. That's not changing.
No. They've got to meet the same
They've got to
criteria as anybody moving ahead.
Financial, everything.
Right. They don't get access to the discounted health care.
Right.
And a couple other things, but
and they pay more per month for that same unit that somebody had bought in. So this is a win-win for the ARC. Absolutely.
And there'll be some more information come out on that as we go. But that's just now starting to get off the ground. We'll see how that thing works out. But and that's just maybe there's lots of other things that are going on too. But that's just a kind of a snapshot of what's happening for some of the things there.
The one thing that everybody needs to remember, the front desk, so to speak, is now still on the second floor. So if y'all need anything at all, go down to the second floor. They're there for after hours questions.
That's where transportation picks up everybody and all that,
absolutely.
All that kind of stuff. They're kind of they're the folks. They're the point of contact for just about anything that happens here after hours.
And it's interesting. They're there on the second floor, but there's still a staff member in the fire panel room 24 hours a day. So if something goes off, they're there to identify it, and we've got to have somebody there. So,
I agree.
They're doing a yeoman's job, absolutely.
I tell you, we're just adjusting to whatever the situation demands there. But resident services in general is kind of the point of contact for everything that happens here.
Yes.
And even though and if it's not their area, they'll put you in the right area for it. So, but most everybody knows that that's the case, that you can contact them. Of course, still got that channel 1890 on the TV. It's a good place for information. We've got the portal, the people that are able to utilize the portal through computers. That's an excellent place to find extra information.
One of the things that we've sort of been a little lax with during this renovation and COVID, et cetera, has to do with the dress code.
You're talking about in the dining venues?
Yes, in the dining venues, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got to admit, it's
just a little bit. It may need to be tightened up a little bit as we go forward.
Well, it's something that when we get through with all of this and we transition back into normal operations, we're going to need to tighten that back up and get back up. The thing's already published out there. It's on the portal now. If people want to go look and see what it is, you go into. Let me see. If I remember right, it's under resident information, and then you go into resident information. It's under a list of stuff called good to know.
Right.
And it's on there. And that's the policy that exists as of right now.
Yeah, and that's a resident council policy. That wasn't management.
That's correct.
That was put out by the resident council, and it's up to the residents to enforce that. You can't expect staff to come over and say to a resident who's got a guest there, "I'm sorry, your guest is not."
Yeah, well,
up to the code.
Yeah, well, and you're right. And there is, the times are changing. There's no doubt about that. But we live in an area that is this is not like going to McDonald's, and people expect a certain level of decorum here. And we're going to need to kind of to get back to that. Shorts in the water's edge is probably not the right answer.
Cool.
We need to
not.
We need to do some stuff like that. And after we go into construction, or after construction's over, we're gonna be new programs going to be restarting ones that have been held on hold. We're gonna and that's what you were talking about. We're going to transition into those new dining venues.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, I tell you, now the thing I think I want to mention here is, we're right now we're scheduled to have this thing kind of wrapped up construction-wise in November.
Right.
We hope.
You're
You know,
right.
all things being equal, we're still shooting for November to make that happen. But you know, we still gotta train our folks in the new places, you know, because we got a new kitchen, we got cooks got to be trained in, we got a new dining room, we've got to figure out how to work best utilize all of that. We got to get everything all in the right place. So the day construction's over, we're not gonna be able to start right back.
Right.
It'll be a little bit. And you know, we'll go through a period where we open up the country market. We'll go through a period where we close the bistro and do renovations, put it back together. However that turns out, which you know is still yet to be determined. But there's a lot of that stuff that people are going to have to understand that is not just to turn the switch off and turn it back on.
Right.
It happens. So I don't know.
Just people have to bear with us. We all have to just understand, as you say, it's not flipping the switch.
Yeah.
But we're headed in the right direction. It's going to be exciting.
Oh yeah.
I just can't wait.
Well, and you know, we're all concerned about, and I know the staff is, and you know, a lot of folks who live here, we're concerned. You know, you can't please everybody on everything all
Right.
the time, you know, and so as we go through this, people are going to have to just be patient, and they're going to have to kind of catch up on some of this. Change is tough around here, in case you didn't know it.
I heard that.
You heard that?
I did. I heard that. 1890. It says change is tough.
Yeah, change is tough. Yeah. Well, it really is. But I'll tell you,
But that's not, if I may, it's not new to everybody here in the military. You had changes all the time.
No.
So people should be used to that.
Yeah, that still doesn't make it easy.
I know that you're right.
Still doesn't make it easy. We are an impatient bunch, as you know.
Yes.
But
some more than others.
Some more than others. But we do appreciate the residents' patience and as we've gone through this, because we've really gone through some interesting changes in the last couple of years. We came out of an ice storm. We went into COVID. We went right into redevelopment. I mean, man, we've challenged people here.
Yes.
And it's been interesting.
And I think there's going to be. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
After the first of the year, I know management is planning some great grand openings and everything. It's going to be really nice.
It would be nice
to welcome all these changes and so on. So kind of look forward to that.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing that I would just say, you know, the way I feel about it is, you know, we just need to keep on here, because with the strategic plan, the renovation, all the stuff that's going on here, all we're really trying to do is to continue to make the place we live here, the Ark, you know, a real good place, probably a better than most place,
right,
to retire and to live live well, you know, and they just got to bear with us. You know?
And this strategic plan you brought up, just as you know, but some of the residents may not, there's a lot of subcommittees that have been set up to review different things. We're getting resident input.
Yep.
So I want everybody to know that it's not management making decisions. Residents are actively being involved in some of these proposed changes.
Going to have to be patient, though. You know, can't please everybody.
I'm going to be patient.
We're doing our best.
So
doing our best.
It's good seeing you.
More to come.
Yes, sir. More to come.
More to come.
Thank you.